Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Logan. I love all things crochet. I especially love to crochet plushies. Today's video is going to be part 2 of crocheting my largest order I have ever received. If you have not seen part 1, head over to my channel and check that out first. I will have it linked down in the description box. So part 1, I ended up showing you all of these items here in this tote, and that ended up being 55 plushies. And I also ended up finishing off and using up 4 skeins of yarn. I have the labels in here so that I know how much yarn I have used. If you do not know, this order is for a pumpkin patch. It is a wholesale order. I have done this, I believe this will be my 3rd year in a row doing this for them, and every year my order just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I have yet to announce how many plushies I am making. I think I'm going to leave that for the final reveal of everything that I have made and going in depth with the order. So that was part 1. That is where I left you off. And let me just tell you, I have been working a lot. Let me show you the tote that I have. So here is everything that I have to update you on, everything that I have been working on. And no, this is not the finished plushie count. I definitely have a lot more to work on. I have about a month to finish this order, just a little less than a month. I am not quite sure how many plushies are in here. I believe I am halfway done, if not a little over halfway done, so I really need to get working on this. But this tote was full, so I figured it was time for me to update you on everything that I've been working on. Like I said, it's been a bit since I have updated you or even filmed, which I'm very sorry about. I went on vacation, so I was gone for about a week, and I've just been a little busy working on this order. So I have done some pattern tests, but I think I'm going to stop doing pattern tests until I am finished with this order. Since then, I have gotten some more orders, so I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed, but I'm hoping that I can get it all done. I think I will maybe update you in the next video about everything else that I have been doing. So I think this one I'll just keep it short and sweet and tell you all about what I've been working on for this pumpkin patch order. If you have seen part 1, then you know that I received 2 separate orders. The first order is from a pumpkin patch, and then the second order is from a bakery. They are owned by the same people, however they are 2 separate companies, so that means I have 2 separate orders, and one's going to one building and then the other order is going to a separate building. However, they are on the same vicinity, on the same land. So I have only made 2 items. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I have talked about an order from a bakery, and this is that same bakery. So I have only made 2 cookies. I do need to add little smiles on these, but I kind of want to wait until I get a few more done just so I can go through and add smiles to all of them. So this is the mini chocolate chip cookie pattern from Little Baby Rory Crafts. So I have 2 items done for the bakery. I have quite a bit more to go. I do think I am going to do a few more items for the bakery and then go back to the pumpkin patch and then go back and forth, just so I am not rushing to make these, because pretty much all of the items for the bakery I've made before. So the pumpkin patch, there are quite a bit of items that I have never made before, so I know what to expect with this order. So I have 2 mini chocolate chip cookies done for the bakery. I made 5 mini ghost. This is a free pattern on Instagram from Momsstitchetti. I believe it's just called the free no-sew mini ghost. I did talk about these in part 1 of the video. I did some of these with keychains on them. So I believe I did 5 with keychains on them. And then they also ordered some mini items with no keychains on them. So I thought it would be nice to do some of these little ghosts with no keychains. You can use them as decor, put them on your desk, or whatever you want to do with them. But I made 5 of these. I have 3 ghosts. This pattern is from AQ Crochet. This is the no-sew mini ghost wearing hats. However, these do not have hats on them. I wanted to make a couple without hats, so I have 3 of them. They're just plain little ghosts. And then I did make some with hats on them. So I think I have 7 of them with hats. I'm going to show those to you really quickly. So I have 2 with candy corn hats. Now I did sew these hats on only because I think it would be a mess if I did not sew the hats on as I'm giving it to them, because they don't know what goes with what. So as I'm tagging them up, I just tag them and give it to them, and then they price them. So if I had random hats all over the place, they wouldn't know what goes with what. Also, there are so many people that come through. Some people might take hats off. Who knows what will happen? So I ended up sewing all of these hats on. So I made 2 with candy corn hats, 2 with witch hats. I'm not sure which colors I like the best. I really like both of them. I love the green that I used for this one. So I have 2 with witch hats. And then I have 1 with little stars embroidered all over. I thought this was really cool with the navy blue, and then I decided to do yellow. I really like how this one looks. Kind of looks like a wizard. So I only did 1 of those. And then I did 2 with pumpkin hats. This one, I don't know which one my favorite is. I really like the ones with the pumpkin hats. I really like this color story I did. It's a little more unique than this one, but I still really like both. So I did 7 of those, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I did 7 of those. And then I made a jumbo ghost. This is AQ Crochet's pattern. It's the regular low sew ghost. There is a hat option for them. However, this one I did not do a hat. I just added some blush and a smile, and I thought it turned out really cute. So let me do a side by side of the regular sized one. This is the mini one. I used Parfait Chunky for this one, and then this is the regular ghost, and I used Sweet Snuggles Light for it. So you can just see how big it is. I was gonna make a few more of these, but I didn't realize how big it was with Sweet Snuggles Light, and I was already too far into it, so I just decided I might as well just make one. Someone might like this big ghost. I really think this one is really cute. I really do like how that one ended up turning out. So those are all of the ghosts that I have made. I did 5 bees using Crochet by Genna's mini bee, and all you have to do is sew on the wings. Last year I did a lot of these pill-shaped bees, but I thought I would do something a little different, so I did 5 of these. I have 3 in this lighter yellow color, and then I have 2 in this brighter yellow color. I'm not sure which color I like the best, but I wanted to give people options. So I have 5 of those. And then I've been really loving this bee pattern, which you have seen me make many times on my channel. This is a free pattern on Instagram. It is from Fami Crochets, and it's a little sitting bee. And the only thing that I sew on is the wings. I actually just surface crochet these antennas on, just because that saves a lot of time instead of just chaining a couple and sewing that chain on. I would much rather just surface crochet. So I ended up making 10 of these. I'm not going to show you all 10 of them because that would just be pointless to show you all 10 of them all the same. So I have 10 of those bees. This next item might be one of my favorites. This is the last little bit of my keychains that I have. Look at how adorable these are. This is the Tiny Chicken keyring pattern. It's a free pattern on Instagram from Stitchedbyninette. I'll show you what these look like up close. So I have 5 of these. So I just have a little tiny white one. I love these. I'm definitely going to make some of these without key rings and just have them in my minis bin. This one is a variegated one, which I really like how it turned out. I just have a regular light beige one. This one has some little flecks in it, and it really looks like feathers on a chicken, which I love. This is Bernat Blanket Tweed. I'm not sure of the shade, but I love how it looks like feathers. And then I just have this black and white speckled one. So I have 5 of those. Again, those are so cute. They're one of my favorite makes. This year they wanted some bigger items. I ended up selling really quickly last year, and I had a bunch of small items. So they said, whatever you have left over from your market, we will take. So I had a market in October, and whatever didn't sell, they bought off of me. And I had some bigger items that I took there that were Halloween themed, and they ended up selling really quickly. So this year they said they wanted 10 bigger items, whatever I wanted to do. So I thought I would make 10 different big items. That way it's kind of fun for me. So I did cheat a little bit. This is something that I made for my market, and it did not sell, but I thought this was perfect colors for a pumpkin patch. So this is the Farmer's Market Bear from any Carraway art. So I cheated a little bit because this was already in my inventory, but I thought, why not just use this? So I've showed this before. I really love the overalls. I just thought it was really perfect for the pumpkin patch. So I have this one. And then I have a jack-o'-lantern bear. This pattern is from Stitches by Patty. I did pattern test this last year for her. So of course it was after the fact that I already gave the pumpkin patch my order. So I knew this year I really wanted to make it, and of course I love to include my friends' patterns. So I was really happy that I got to include some of Patty's patterns because I love them so much. So this one does have embroidered eyes, but I thought a lot of people would love this one. So I have this jack-o'-lantern bear. This is the last bigger item that I have done so far. This is Hannah the cow from Momsstitchetti, but I did it pumpkin spice. Are you kidding me? Look at the whipped cream horns. I love this, and the eyes are perfect for this plushie. These eyes are from Sphinx Crochet. I did order those off of her, and I did order some more, which I will show you here in a little bit. But look at how beautiful this cow is. I used Bernat Tweed, and then this is basic chenille from Premier. Look at her. I love it so much. This is the first time I've ever made this cow pattern, and I really enjoyed it. I love how it worked up. It worked up really quickly. But yeah, this is my last bigger item for now. I love her. She might be one of my favorites. I really think someone's gonna love this. I made two little pigs. This pattern is from Murphy Crochets. It is part of her farm animals pack. So this is Peaches the pig. I made two of these. This pattern also includes Shamrock the sheep and Clementine the cow. I do want to make both of those, but as of right now I just have the two little pigs done. I made 5 country chickens. This pattern is by Cassie's Critter Cove. I have 5 different ones, all with different colors of overalls. I really love this pattern. It is low sew. The only thing you have to sew on is the head, and then this comb is surface crocheted. So I have 5 of these country chickens. I have 3 itty bitty llamas. This pattern is from Zaddy Crafts. I really enjoyed this pattern. I believe this pattern is no sew. Yeah, I think it's no sew. I wanted to do 2 white llamas just because I have 2 llamas at the farm on at the pumpkin patch, and I think one's a llama and one's an alpaca, but anyways. And then I did one with some color changes. So this one is mostly brown, but then it has white. One thing I love about this pattern is that they do stand on their own, which I love. I was afraid it was going to be a little too top heavy, but the base of the pattern, the body of the pattern, is big enough to where it just sits on its own, which I love. Next up I have 5 succulent turtles. This pattern is from Happy Turtle Crochet. And the only thing that you have to sew on is the head to the body. So I did each one just a little differently. This one obviously has a different pot color, and then this one has a different dirt color. I did each one just a little bit differently. I think these two are the same. Yeah, these two are the exact same, but I did 5 of these. So this one has a lighter pot color. These took quite a bit of time to do the actual succulent part, so these ones took me a little bit longer, but I have 5 of these. I just finished these right before I started filming. This is another pattern from Happy Turtle Crochet, and this is the pumpkin pie turtle. The only thing that you have to sew on is the head and the whipped cream. I do the whipped cream a little bit differently in the pattern. The pattern has a lot of whipped cream, which is how you should eat pumpkin pie, but for this one I didn't want it to be too big, so I just ended up doing 6 single crochets in a magic ring, and then 6 single crochets, and then I did increases, so ended up being 12 stitches down at the bottom. So, and then I just sewed it on. So I didn't want it to be too big and overpower the turtle part. So I really like how the whipped cream turned out. That's the only thing that I do different with this pattern, but I ended up having 5 pumpkin pie turtles. I have 5 bats. This is the chunky bat pattern from Momsstitchetti. I tend to make quite a bit of Momsstitchetti patterns. I did quite a bit last year as well, if I remember correctly, but this is the chunky bat pattern. The only thing you have to sew on is the ears and the wings, which really isn't that much sewing at all. All of the eyes on these bats are from Sphinx Crochet, so I will give you a close-up on these as well when I show you each of these. But I have to make quite a bit more of these. I only have 5. I really don't like to make the same thing over and over again until I'm done with the number that I have to do. So I have more than 5 of these to make, but I thought I would do 5, work on some other items, and then go back to it. So some of the things I don't have all of them done, just because I don't want to burn myself out on the same thing over and over again. So I have this bright purple one with some lavender eyes. You really can't see, but they are lavender. Like I said, all of these eyes are from Sphinx Crochet. I really like how that purple one turned out. This one, maybe my favorite. This is one of the new shades from Parfait Chunky. I believe it's charcoal, but look at these pink and gold eyes on this. I really love this bat. I love the wings on it. I am almost out of all my Sphinx Crochet eyes. I can't remember how many pairs I ordered, but I am almost out of them. I only have like 2 or 3 pairs left, so I'm going to have to start painting my own just because I don't have enough time to wait for the eyes to get here. So next one we have this purple one, and I gave it orange purple eyes. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell on camera. Okay, here, let's see if you can see the eyes here. They are orange with a purple shift. Love these eyes. Then we just have a gray bat. This one has blue and silver eyes. Last up, I have this lavender bat with these blue-green eyes. I really like how this one turned out, and I love the wings on these bats. I really like how they all turned out. I'm not sure what other colors I'm gonna do. I know I'm definitely gonna do some more of these lavender ones and probably some gray ones, but I'm not sure what other colors I should do. I'm not sure if I should stray away and do like pink bat or an orange bat. I think I might do orange, maybe like a lime green bat. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what color of bat you think I should do, because I have quite a bit more bats to make. So those are all of the 5 bats that I have so far. A fan favorite from last year, I have 10 butternut squash. Again, I'm not done with these yet. I still have more to make, but I made 10 of them and I thought that was enough for now, and I would just move on to the next item. I do have to add smiles to these, but I'm going to show you at least one of them up close. So this color, the pumpkin patch did pick out for the butternut squash. This is like the only thing that they really requested. So this is a free pattern from Crochet on Instagram. And again, I have to add some smiley faces to all of them. And then the reason that they're called butternut squash is not only are they the color of butternut squash, but they have little butts on them. See if I can get it to focus. Yeah, these were a fan favorite last year. Everybody loved these. They thought they were hilarious. So I have quite a bit more to make, but I am, like I said, I'm taking a break because making the same pattern over and over again, it gets a little tiring sometimes. So 10 of these, have to add smiles. I'm gonna add them when I'm done with all of them, but this is another free pattern. So I like to include free patterns to this so I know I'm not buying so many patterns. So I try to look for some free patterns that I like before I keep going. But yeah, they love this pattern. So I have 10 of them. This one might be my favorite. I know I keep saying that, but I just love everything that I've been making. This is the Pump Kitty pattern. It is from Clover Crochet. I only made 3 of these and I'm gonna stick with just making 3 of them, but look at how adorable this pattern is. The only thing you have to sew on is the tail. I just love how the tail wraps around the body. I really, really love this pattern. So I made 2 in Bernat, and then this one I made in Cozy Cub from Michaels. And as you can see, there's not too big of a size difference, so I think I am going to charge the same for them just because it took the same amount of work, but this one just ended up just a little bit bigger. But again, I just love how the tail wraps around. I want to make one of these for my fall market. And I would really recommend, if you're looking for a more unique pattern for your fall market, I would definitely recommend doing this pattern. I cannot say enough good things about this. It works up really quickly. I just love how it looks. It's adorable. I cannot wait to make some of these for my fall market. I'll probably only end up making one just to see how it sells, but I just really love how these turned out. You know, I had to do some more cows. I have this cow, which you may have seen before. This pattern is from Nooks Hooks, which is another one of my friends. She came up with this no sew cow pattern. You heard that right? It is no sew. I knew I just had to have this one for the pumpkin patch. I don't really want to see her go, but I just love her. I love the colors that I chose on this one. If you saw part one, you know I made some of her mini no-sew cows for the pumpkin patch, so I'm really glad to have this one here. And then kind of the same thing. This is Patsy the Cow. I have not showed this yet. This is a pattern from Stacy Makes. Again, I've made a couple of her patterns for the pumpkin patch as well, which she is again one of my friends here, so I'm really happy that I get to have some of my friends' patterns. But this was a pattern test that I did, and I actually did this while I was on vacation in Arizona. So this is Patsy the Cow. Look at how beautiful she is. I love the color of overalls I did on her. I knew I just had to do these overalls so that they can be together at the pumpkin patch. Look at how adorably they are, just little girlies going to the pumpkin patch and picking pumpkins. Like, tell me they're not little besties. I really love these. I was really happy to pattern test for Stacy. I really love how this one worked up. I love how she did the flat part of the hooves. I think it looks really cute, and a little tail. This worked up really quickly, and I was really happy about that. So I ended up buying a few more of the patterns that she released, so I am very excited to make some of those. But for now, I just have this one little cow. I did want to make some more of them for the pumpkin patch, but I knew I needed to start working on some other items other than cows, just because I already have so many cows. But I just really love how she turned out. I would definitely go check out both of these patterns. They are very different. I don't know, I recommend both of them. I really like how they both work up, but I would definitely go check both of these patterns out, or go check out their patterns in general, because I really love them both. But both of these cows are going off to the pumpkin patch. We have another pattern from Murphy Crochets. This is the pumpkin head pattern. I ended up making 10 of these. So I batch made these. So I made all of the arms, and I figured out all of the different color of shirts and pants and boots that I was gonna do. These took me quite a bit because I decided that I was gonna do each one different. So this is what the pattern looks like. Really loved how these ones turned out, and then they each have a little stem and a little vine on their head. Again, I love how these ones turned out. So I'm not going to go too in depth with these, but I will show each of them individually. So I have 10 of them in total. I tried to stick with more of a fall theme. I do really like how this one turned out. And then some of them I did brighter color of pumpkin, and then some other ones are a little bit more of a deeper pumpkin color, so you can see the different color of heads that I chose. But yeah, I tried to stick with the fall themed colors. This one is like Halloween. But I had a lot of fun choosing all the colors out for all of these. You'll have to let me know which one is your favorite. and then this is the last one. So yeah, I ended up making 10 of those, and then those are the only ones I'm gonna make for that pattern because those took me quite a bit. And now I have 25 pumpkins that I have made. I'm not really gonna show them all to you just because it's 25 pumpkins and I'm sure you don't want to look at 25 pumpkins. So I did do different colors, so I'm gonna show you that. So I just have these regular orange colors. I also did some small ones and some medium-sized ones. I am not done with the pumpkins. I still have quite a bit more to do, so I'm going to do some different shapes and some bigger ones and some smaller ones next. So like I said, I did some different colored ones, and then I have bigger ones. So this is a little bit bigger than this one. And I also used some ombre yarn. So I used up one of them, and I just really like how this one turned out, but each one of those is different, so you can see how those ones turned out. And then this is from the same skein, and I believe same with this one. So these are all out of the same skein of yarn. But yeah, all of those are different, and I ended up making 25 of those. I made quite a bit while I was on vacation. I actually ended up making just like the pumpkin itself, and then I waited until I got home to add the eyes and the stem and do all the shaping. So I thought it would be easy for me just to do on the plane while I'm traveling, while I was just kind of sitting there, and do the bodies of the pumpkin, or like the little shell of the pumpkin. So yeah, ended up making 25 pumpkins. You can see all the different colors that I made. I really like, some of my favorites are like the yellowy orangey ones. I just really like those. They're very different. Like I really like how these two turned out. This is a free pattern on Instagram. They have a small, medium, and a large size. So I am going to be doing all three of those. This is the small and the medium sized, what I've done so far, and this is from Shirka _toys. I will have it popped up here on the screen because I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but yeah, I ended up making 25 pumpkins. So that is the last of what I have to show you so far. Now moving on, this is all of the yarn that I have used up. Let me grab everything. This is all of the yarn that I have used up making all of those plushies. I'm going to count these up really quickly and organize them by the brand and what they are, because I have quite a bit of different things in here. I finished off 2 skeins of Premier Basic Chenille Brights, one in the shade Banana and one in the shade Sand. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeins of Parfait Chunky, Toffee, Cream, another Toffee, White, and Teddy Bear. 3 skeins of Hobby Honey Bunny, or Hobie, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. I have the color number 1, 1, and 1. So these are all whites. I know that number 1 is all white. So I have 3 white skeins of Honey Bunny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skeins of Hobie or Hobby Baby Snuggle. The color number 22, 22, 31, 25, and 31. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 skeins of Bernat. This is Bernat Baby Blanket in the color Terracotta. So all of these are used up with my pumpkins since I made 25 of them. So that is Terracotta. I have Bernat Mystical in the color Canyon. and Bernat blanket in the color Orange Leaf. And then this was a big one. This is Bernat blanket ombre. This is one of the big cakes. This is the color Orange Crush Ombre. So total, I ended up using 19 skeins of yarn for all of these plushies. Of course, I did use more yarn than just the 19 skeins. I just didn't use them all the way up. So I still have them in this tote here, you can probably see. And also you could probably see the pile of plushies over here. So in total, I have 116 plushies that I just showed you. That is not counting the 55 that I updated you in the first update. So 116 plushies for my update number 2. I'm pretty happy with the number of skeins of yarn that I ended up using up. So I have not even counted up until what I just counted and showed you. So in total, I have 171 plushies made and 23 skeins of yarn that I have used up. I'm not even halfway through this order. I was really hoping I would be farther along, but I have not counted, and I should have been counting because I really need to step up my game. I have to finish this order, so whoops, but I need to start crocheting again. I'm going to take you over to my couch because I have everything laid out, so it makes me feel a little bit better seeing it all laid out. But yeah, 116 plushies for this second update. I have a lot more crocheting to do and a lot more to show you guys. So I think, I'm not sure, I think the next video, I do kind of want to take you along on a weekly vlog of what I work on for this order, just because I think it'll help me be a little more focused and be able to show you on what I make in an entire week, instead of updating you like a month later of everything that I've been working on. But I'm going to take you over to my couch and show you everything, and let me know what your favorite item was that I have made. So I'm going to take you over there and I'll show you all of the plushies all together. Here is everything on my couch. This is 116 plushies on my couch. I have my bin here of part number 1. So I'm gonna dump this on here so we can see all 172 or 71 plushies. I dropped some on the ground. Let me pick those up before I lose some of them. All right, here is all of the plushies that I have made. This is part 1 and 2 all together. Makes me feel pretty good that I have this much, but I know that this isn't even half of what they ordered, so I need to get working. That is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. This might be a little bit of a longer video. I really appreciate you sticking with me. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you can be updated for part 3 of this series. I really appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully you guys can cheer me on and give me a little bit of motivation and something nice to say so I can keep going with this order, since I do have quite a bit more to crochet. Let me know what your favorite item so far that I have made. I would really love to know what your favorite item is. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can be updated and notified when I update you on part number 3, which hopefully it'll be a little bit, but it might be in a week or so if I do the weekly vlog. But yeah, that is everything for today's video. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, sunnydays_crochet, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everyone, have a good one.